Hello there, my friends. Welcome to the Glow Up Method. This is the place. This is the space for you to discover who you are, to pursue your dreams, to live a life that makes you proud. Hello there. Hi. My name is Natasha, and I am adjusting here and just delighted to be your host this Friday evening. So I'm always all about progress over perfection. Well, at least in this part of my journey, but I'm about listening to my body. And today my body was like, girl, I'm tired. Like, it was just 70-degree weather. It was just chill vibes. Like, I don't know. I just felt tired. And I was like, I'm just going to honor where my body is and just relax. So I did a lot of relaxing, a lot of massaging. I did a lot of speaking to my doctor because I'm like, is this right? Like, I am swollen. Like, I am freaking over here 9 months pregnant. He's a part of the process. And because I had the hematoma and the inner bleeding, it's probably deep within there. It's just going to take a lot of time to absorb and work out. And I'm not the most patient person. Hence the reason I have patience is power on my dashboard and my mirror. So it's the only one that has a 2-4. Actually, I think the Peace Over Chaos is also on there twice. Those ones, it's like, can you see the theme? But I am here today and I'm very delighted to do so. You know, it is like 9:38. I still have a few more steps. I've been really trying to religiously hit that 10K steps. I went on a nice long walk with my son today, which was delightful. And I can tell he was a little bit introspective. And so, you know, it's always interesting, and I just let him have that space while he's kind of working out what he wants to do with his future and things like that. So I love that I'm a person that can walk and talk with him, and, you know, hopefully he will have some clarity as to what he wants the next chapter of his life to look like. Lots of decisions to be made. I'm not really good at making decisions. Like, I waffle back and forth, and once I make one, I'm like, well, maybe not. Like, I take that back. So we had even made some decisions about adjusting sleeping arrangements here. And then I'm kind of like, well, you know what? Actually, this isn't going to work either. So we're back to the drawing board on that. And probably at the end of the day, I just know it. I will end up being the one that Chris and I are like, let's be the ones, let's be the martyrs. We're the parents here, you know? So I'm really also excited. I've been working on a project. I tell you guys this because it's so exciting. Like, I saw my dream on a piece of paper. Like, and I know that doesn't sound like a lot, right? Like, but I had this vision in my head and I had this idea. And then, like, I did all the work to get to it. Like, this plan has been in the mix since 2019, and it evolved. It's different now than where the plan had started in 2019, and it's bigger, and it's got my own spin to it, but yet it maintains the legacy of my uncle and auntie, and that's really important to me. And I'm like, whoa, this is so cool. Like, I'm so excited about seeing my dream on a piece of paper. I'm so excited about being able to imagine that because of my dream that I get to help make people have more housing for more people that's affordable. And I'm really excited about that. I'm really appreciative of the team around me that not only hear and saw my vision, but encouraged me that even in the toughest times to follow through with it. So, you know, one of the things I say here often, life isn't all about how we show up when things are easy, right? When we have a lot of energy, when, you know, we feel good, when, you know, we're operating at, you know, optimal conditions, the weather is nice, you know, we're not PMS and all that stuff. But the true test of character, the true moment in which resilience is born is, what do you do when you are in less than optimal conditions? So for today, like I said, I was tired. My schedule kind of was lackadaisical. And now here it is the end, and I have all these things to like cram in for the day because I took it easy for a long time. And so I have the choice. And I was just downstairs and I was like doing things like, I don't know, my bananas were, you know, turning brown, so I needed to freeze them for smoothies. Like, I was doing things that were nonsensical, that didn't really matter, just kind of things that had to be done or couldn't be done or whatever. And we're just sitting there, and I didn't like the smell of the bananas, whatever it was. So, and then I was like, I'm just not going to film today. Like, it's Chris just got here. We just ate like these morning buns from the patisserie. They were so delicious. They were buttery, cinnamony, brown sugary, heavenly delights. Lovely. Thank you so much again for sharing your gifts with me, which is a reminder of, like, I'm thinking about her journey where like Chris usually goes and gets treats for me or sees me eat them, but he's like, oh, they're for you. And I was like, no, I got this one for you. I got two, one for each of us, because I thought you would like this. And he's like, wow, I'm surprised I actually like this. I don't usually like sweets or this kind of stuff or things like that. I would totally pass this up, but it was really good. And so, we just ate those things, and I had a point to that, but it was her. He was like, even the detail, like her boxes even have her name on it imprinted, and I was like, yeah, like, and I remember when she first started, it was literally like in a garbage bag, a brown paper bag, and the evolution of her story has been so beautiful to watch and unfold. So, to see somebody's dreams come to fruition, I think is magical. And it's not about in those optimal conditions. It's not about, the first time I applied for a loan and I got it, because I didn't. I applied for over 12 loans and was denied. Over 12 loans. I, had to get really creative in ways that I almost wanted to give up. I wanted to surrender because so much was going on, and I was like, this is getting too big for me. And I didn't. And I stuck with the plan and the process, and I trusted the process. And I know we're still at the beginning, but we're so close now. Like, it's something I can touch. And I couldn't do that before. And so I get to go out to the property on Monday, and we're going to tape it out to kind of get like this visual aspect of like, what is it going to look like, so that we can be certain with the plans that this is the way we want it to look. And this is the way that we have a product that, like, not only would I be willing to live in, that I would be so honored to have my kids, my friends, my family, strangers all call home. And that's the whole point of it. Home is where the heart is. And you are your home in a lot of ways. And for me, like I say, my home is my reflection of what's going on the inside. When life is good and things are running smoothly, the house is clean, it smells good, it's dusted, everything has a place and it's in its space. Right now, my house, again, is overwhelmed with clutter. There's a lot of things that I need to make decisions on. Yes, I've had some of these nutcrackers since before I even met Chris, but I never display them. And am I going to carry these nutcrackers for the rest of my life? But then I have my daughter, who is so much like me in some ways and wants to hold on to these things because she has these big visions and these big ideas for them. And, she's inherited my frugality and resourcefulness, and to have to rebuy them again seems like such inconvenience. But I'm like, I just need the space. I don't want my life to be cluttered up with things I no longer need or no longer serving me, just like my stomach, right? And this swelling, I no longer need you, okay? We're healing. We're doing well. I'm doing my job. Swelling, go away, go away. Just keep massaging it. Please leave. It's so uncomfortable. And I don't want to sound ungrateful or anything, but I'm over the swelling. And I understand. I understand now that it's going to be about a year of swelling, so I darn well better just get used to it. But this hurts. I don't want any more swelling. Like, goodbye. I'm done with you. Anywho'svilles, that's a side note. I really am on here today to remind you to discover what it is your dreams are. For me, I believe our dreams are hidden within us. I believe that our dreams are something like, you remember when we were little? Like, we would just imagine. And there wasn't limits. There was no boundaries to the imagination. It was like I would play with my Barbie house and I would find trinkets and things around the house and incorporate it into the house. And I was like, oh, this is the big screen movie theater. And it was my jewelry box. And if you pull down the thing, it was this. And, you know, if you open the lid, that was the movie screen. And, you know, I always used my imagination when I was young. And then something happens, right? Like we go to school and we have an idea and we're excited, and the kids next to us are like, oh, that is so stupid. That is lame. That's not going to work. Or, you know, we get reprimanded by a teacher. Like, I love to write, right? And then I would write and then I didn't use the proper punctuation, or I wasn't a good speller. Like, I wasn't lost in those details. I was lost in the story and the meaning. And, you know, a lot of times I then began to believe I wasn't a good writer because I didn't get the perfect score on every single essay. And what I've realized now is that there are different forms of writing, but at that time, I believed that this grade was a reflection of me as a writer. Or if I took an art class and I wasn't the greatest of drawer, and I didn't get the greatest of grade on or feedback from something, that means I wasn't good at it. You know, I wanted to do plays, and we had this improv thing, and I went up there and I got so nervous because the boy I had a crush on was in the class, and I stuttered. So then I felt like, oh, I'm not good at public speaking, or I'm not good at these things. So we start to stifle that inner child in us, like out of fear, out of embarrassment, out of, you know, wanting to be accepted and loved by other people. We don't want to show our faults. We want to show up as the best version of us. We want people to like us. And so, you know, we often stifle that, and we're in this hurry, right? Like, how many times as a kid, you're like, I can't wait till I'm 16 so I can drive. I can't wait till I'm 21 so I can drink. I can't wait for there was always this like, oh, I can't wait till I'm, you know, 15 because it's the number, or, you know, whatever it is. We were always in this rush to grow up. We were in a rush to do adult-like things. I remember, like, everybody, you know, when I grew up, like, smoked. All the cool people smoked. People were smoking on TV. This is, like, back in the day, right? Yes. And so, you know, the kids, we would all, like, get candy cigarettes, or, you know, roll up a piece of paper and pretend we were so cool. When we would play, like, secretary, you know, and have, like, a typewriter and papers and filing and things. Like, we were always in a hurry to grow up, not appreciating this innocence and this youth we had, and this ability to have this boundless imagination and creativity. And I think it's when we, again, unlock that creativity, unlock that thing, and we take all this wisdom that this adult version of us has acquired and compound it with this like youthful, innocent creativity. Then you combine these two, and I believe this is where the magic lies, where the secret of who you are is. And I think it's beautiful. Like, and I don't think we always get it right the first time. Some of us do. Some people are lucky, and it's like, oh yeah, the first shot I did it, I got it 3 points, and I get it every other time. No, a lot of us, it's a journey, right? Like I say on here all the time, I never had any inkling, any desire, any actually, if anything, I opposed it. My uncle wanted to do YouTubes with him, and I get, like, as he would give me the lectures, and I was too embarrassed. I was like, I don't want people to see me overweight. I don't want to have to wear makeup every time. My uncle's house they're hoarders. It's a mess. Like, they're not going to want to see my bedridden uncle, and then they're going to pass judgment. And I put all those, like, childhood fears, all those things that happened to me as a kid, where I was ridiculed or made fun of, or felt less than, and compared myself. I thought that this would happen on a very large scale, instead of seeing all the people that we could have helped, all the people that we can influence, all the lessons that I could go back and hear his voice and his tone and see him, and not only me, but the world, because he was such a magnificent genius that I couldn't even hold all the information in my brain. I was going through so much, and I was trying to be there for him, and trying to be there for my kids, and doing all these things. And this was all at a time that I was either not doing any self-care, or at the very, very beginning of my journey, when I began to learn what that even meant. So I say all this to say a lot of times we get in our own way. We know inside what it is we want to pursue. And if we don't, we know that just by the fact of doing it. If you love reading, read. If you know, like whatever it is, you like doing puzzles, you like doing whatever it is, what are the activities that you can do? And time stands still. Like there's no like, are we done yet? Are we almost out? Like what do you do that you find yourself, you just get lost in it? It could be reading about a particular subject. It could be sharing about a subject. It could be singing. It could be playing a piano. It could be drawing or painting or wood crafting or golfing. The question I pose to you today is, what do you do that brings you infinite joy? What things bring you to a place in which you have creative freedom? And maybe that isn't exactly what you're supposed to do with your life, but the more you get comfortable doing childlike things, color in a coloring book, fly a kite, blow bubbles, go to a park, go on a swing, the more you get in tune and in touch with that child, that inner child in you that is still in there, the closer you will become to finding this collaborative life that you and that inner child will create for yourself. And using your imagination and your creativity. For my friend in the patisserie, it's using her crafts to create these beautiful, delicious treats. Some are savory, some are sweet. She gets to use her imagination to put flavors together and how much butter and flour and all those things so that many of us can enjoy it. And yeah, it's not like we're ending world, she's creating world peace, but maybe she is. Like, it brings me a lot of peace. It brings me a lot of joy. Like, I was eating my little morning bunny in the evening, and Chris is like, you look so happy. You're doing a little happy dance. Like, I was like, it's just good. And I think what else makes me feel good about it is I'm eating someone's dream. I am eating their work, that they spent time to craft these recipes and had the courage to share not only their treats but also their journey. And it gives me like it feeds my soul. And obviously I love it on the taste buds. It's not too shabby. So I say all this to say, I would love, 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 love if you could today, please first, number one, go take a look at yourself. Give yourself a big smile. Hello. Hi, me. Give yourself a compliment. Today, I'm going to compliment myself in allowing myself to just chill and relax and not feel the pressure that I need to get up and move. I was exploring many different of the settings that I didn't know existed on my massage chair. So thank you very much. It was delicious. I had Thai massages. I had Chinese method, ancient method. I had relaxation, restoration. I did some sports ones, some other ones. Divine. It was a great day of relaxation and beautiful weather to hear the birds and the water. Loved it. So that was my compliment to me today. And then please do me one more favor. Go out there, give somebody else a big smile. Give them a compliment. Today, I, of course, complimented my friend in the patisserie. I let her know that of all my treats I had on Mother's Day, my absolute favorite was her strawberry rhubarb cheesecake Danish. It was delightful. So I say all this to say thank you so much for tuning in today. I'm really proud of you for pursuing the work. Continue to be resilient. It's not about how you show up on the easy days. It's about what do you do when things get tough. Will you show up? I almost didn't tape today, and I thought about it while I'm going on a couple trips and I'm not going to have time. Let's just go ahead and do that instead of being like, oh, we have one more. So I'm here, and I was tired and thinking about not doing it, but I'm so glad that I got the opportunity to sit on this chair and spend this last 20 minutes here with you. Thank you so much for tuning in. Bye-bye.